lying ass hoes and these hating ass niggas, man. Damn, just get the f out. Get out.
Alright, bro.
Go on, get out. Go on.
You want me to call ambulance?
Go on. Get the fuck.
Yeah.
Get on. Get up out of here.
Come on, man. One time.
Man, everybody in the city knows Kyro from NLMB. We talking about a straight comedian, funniest dude in CHIRAQ for real. But don't let that troll side fool you though. They call him the Joker for a reason. Dude family deep in No Limit. He was raised to be a factor. A day one outstanding member from the real ones. The net think it's all jokes because he always trolling on live. But the real trenches know Cairo a real gangster who stand on business. He front line when it's time to slide. It ain't always about a body count. It's about being a stepper when that pressure hit. And a lot of real members vouch he was putting in work. That's why the low end, THF 46 and 44, rockin' with him. He was locked in tight with King Von, and even Dirk respected him.
Oh, man. Man, you OTF too?
Before we get into it, shout out to the real ones who smacked that like button early. Keep rocking with me, gang. You locked in with HoodEdition, and today we deep diving into the story of No Limit Kyro. To understand Cairo, you gotta look at the roots. His government name Kyron Dameron, born June 5th, 1995. He started out on the low end, living right in the 44th and 45th projects, 4414 on Cottage Grove. But back in '98, the city started knocking those projects down. With the buildings coming down, his family moved straight to the east side when he was just a 3-year-old baby. They landed deep in the trenches, 79th and Essex, Terror Town. The Dameron family name runs heavy out there, but it was his uncle J-Dot who gave him that Cairo nickname when he was just a shorty, and he ran with it till this day. J-Dot was a real deal No Limit OG, a rapper too. Even Herbo stamped him on that At the Light track rapping. Call up J-Dot, broad day face shot. That's the type of environment Cairo was coming up in from a shorty. The whole bloodline locked into the mix. His little sister Kamiko, everybody call her Kiki, is NLMB and a heavily respected face on the block. Then you got his little brother, Noodles. Now Noodles is Drill City, but he claimed NLMB heavy. Dude is literally 5'2". The trenches called him the Midget Assassin, cause dude was a real problem. He was bar none the original EBK, but that lifestyle caught up to him. He's locked up right now for an attempt after allegedly walking up on somebody outside a skating rink and shooting him in the leg. Dude ended up needing his leg amputated, and the state hit Noodles with 26 years for it.
It's called Terror Town, which may sound like something out of a movie, but it's a reality in one South Side neighborhood.
To really get it, you gotta look at Terror Town before the name No Limit even came about. We talking a massive black pea stone stronghold, running from 75th down to 79th, started by the OGs from 30 and 40 up. Cairo was born right into it, stone to the bone. He jumped off the porch extra early into this mix. He was just a kid, like 8 or 9 years old, already smoking and drinking. The older guys messed him up in the head early. By the time Cairo and his homies were just 12 or 13, the NLMB OGs were already deep in a war, showing the shorties the ropes. At first, when shootouts happened, the shorties weren't the main targets, but bullets was flying right past them. After getting shot at a couple of times, Cairo got used to that. He started following the older guys around, trying to feel the energy and chase the action. Just regular street shit. He grew up like that, always the shorty hanging around older people, with only 1 or 2 friends his own age, while the rest of his circle was already deep in the field. The No Limit movement itself was created by 2 OGs, G Gill and G Bull. When the break between No Limit and the rest of Terrortown happened, they was on two totally different pages. G Gill fully embraced that EBK, Die 5 wave and made sure all the shorties under him did too. He was the big homie for Herb, Cairo, Mineski, Jock, and that side of No Limit. G Bull did not rock like that. He was related to Eugene Hairston, who founded the Black P Stones with Jeff Ford. G Bull made sure his shorties knew that even if they beefed with 100 other Stone sets, they were still stoned to the bone. He was the big homie for Bibby, Sean, George, Newski, and that other side of No Limit. So that created two separate crowds that never fully clicked. And that Boss Gang name, that name only goes for the No Limits who came up under G Bull. And that DrenchGang name is for the shorties who came up under G Gill. Basically, Bibby Nim was groomed to chase money, while Herb's crew was taught chasing hats. G Bull was a real one, passing away back in the late 90s. And G Gill was a real factor. He's the father of EBK Ricky from NLMB and Lil Nas from Shorty Mob. He got locked up early in 2013, handed a 20-year sentence in the feds because he didn't squeal. Herb even stamped that loyalty on 100 days, 100 nights, rapping, "Free T Slick, free Lil Bruce, free G Gill cause he ain't tell. Took 20 years with no fear, then like 4 years get no mail." He's one of the most high-ranking Black P Stone members in Chicago gang history, and after sitting down for 13 straight years on that sentence, he is officially fresh out and touched down back on the bricks just this week. So the friction you see popping off today ain't random groups of friends beefing. It's two different sides of the hood that have been on two different paths for years. To the streets, NLMB stood for the No Limit Muskegon Boys. Just like the name tells you, it was a straight merge between two different sides, No Limit and the Muskegon Boys. So the stage was already set for the No Limit half. But how did the Muskegon Boys end up becoming the other piece of the puzzle? The Muskegon Boys, or the Muskegon Block Gangsters, was a tight GD set holding down right on 78th and Muskegon Avenue. The word in the trenches is that two real savages, Dosky and Whitebread, originally built that set from the ground up. It's always wild how close these warring blocks actually are. Dudes literally be living a stone's throw away from each other. The Muskegon Boys' territory was sitting right next to Terrortown, but it was also right on the border of Lakeside. Now, Lakeside would eventually turn into a nightmare op for the hood, with that KTS Kill to Survive movement bringing pure terror to the east side. But before that era, Lakeside wasn't applying that type of pressure on the Muskegon Boys yet. It was just that regular GD on GD friction constantly bubbling. Looking to stack their manpower and protect their status in the field, an alliance was locked in between the Muskegon Boys and Terrortown's No Limit. That right there birthed the moniker we know today, NLMB. The No Limit Muskegon Boys, aka Never Leave My Brothers. Once that link-up was official, that's when everything changed and Lakeside really started bringing that major pressure. The whole energy on the east side shifted, opening up a crazy trail of bodies and endless loss for both them and their ops. And NLMB wasn't going to sit around following the old school rules of the P-Stone Nation. The way the shorties saw it, this was their town, their block, and they were the ones frontline standing on business and keeping the legacy alive. Because of that, the new generation stopped calling the block Terrortown and completely fell back from the old Black P-Stone Nation structure. They wanted full credit for the work they was putting in on the daily, and they wanted to stand on their own 2 feet under their own name. So that's exactly how they ran it. When the structure completely fell apart, with the OGs either getting murked or swept by the feds, the shorties had no choice but to step up. CHIRAQ was a straight war zone, and the ops were instantly trying to move in and claim the territory. If the young generation didn't step up, NLMB would have been wiped off the map. Dudes was only 15, 16 years old taking their block by storm to keep that movement strong. Members of the same age, maybe 2 or 3 years apart, naturally clicked up and started getting active. They was doing all type of street shit, robbing, trapping, and fighting every block in sight to hold the front line. Out of that tight circle, some shorties chose the music, like G Herbo and Lil Bibby forming that legendary bond. But behind the rap money was a real circle of hitters standing on business. Dudes like Cairo, Mally, Mad Max, Lil Wet, Juvie, Rock, Mineski, Jock, Fazo, Crazy James, Doo-Wop, Man Man, J Doggy, Big Op, Capo, Greg, and a deep circle of others. While Herb and Bibby took the rap route, steppers like Mad Max and Cairo were putting in heavy work in the field. See, Cairo didn't care about the rap wave. Dudes used to tell him he was funny as hell and should try to be an Instagram comedian or a rapper, but Cairo didn't want that clout chasing shit. He saw guys get a wave online for being funny or rapping, but they'd end up famous with no real bread. He didn't want to be famous and broke. To him, relying on rap or comedy to make it out was like trying to win the lottery. He didn't know enough to rap, and he damn sure didn't want to. He was strictly about the streets. That's just the mentality of the gang culture. Dudes inherited beefs that started before they was even born, continuing a deadly cycle with people who live right down the block. And that way of life brought endless bloodshed. NLMB was getting it from all corners, and they was damn near into it with the whole east side. Opps surrounded them from every direction. Ruthless sets like Black Mob, Pocket Town, and that infamous Lakeside crew, KTS. Dudes who literally branded themselves with targets tattooed right on their necks. By 2012, Cairo was 17 and already deep in the mix. But the exact moment reality slapped him in the face was February 19th, 2012. Before that day, dying was some old head business. To the shorties, the OGs was the ones getting whacked, while Cairo and them felt straight invisible. But then Lakeside caught No Limit Rock and an older member named Alamo, who was Cairo's uncle, posted outside a liquor store right on 79th and Essex. Opps came through letting it spray. Alamo was just an old head standing out there. Wrong place, wrong time. Rock was only 19. He tried to break for the inside of the store to beat the shots, but he didn't make it. They both passed away right there.
Rock got killed there. I don't want to stand in front of that bitch, then we get to looking like we doing some weird
So this
shit.
store right here, you said Rock got killed right there?
Yeah, Rock and Alamo. My uncle Alamo too.
That loss woke the whole block up. Cairo was 17 looking at a close homie from his exact circle, someone his own age, gone in a flash. It felt fake as hell. It shocked his whole system because it proved nobody was safe. Even the shorties could get taken out of the play. That hit right there birthed Rock Block, and it pushed Cairo all the way off the porch with nothing but war on his mind. Later that same year, 2012, Cairo and Kobe was hanging with a few of the NLMB guys, just kicking it on the block when they ended up inside the McDonald's on 79th. At that exact moment, 3 killers from the other side was on their feet, lurking deep in No Limit territory, trying to catch an op lacking. It was KTS Vaughn, KTS Dre, and Posto. KTS hated No Limit with a passion. Vaughn and Dre followed right in the footsteps of their pops, Vinny. They were savages with it, whacking NLMB guys, putting them on shirts, and wearing them in music videos just to troll. They was walking around deep in the set, recording everything on camera.
We out here, cruising, you feel me? Posto on motherfucker.
No, you doing it wrong. Get it to me.
Hey, man, you better go make a sign.
Shit, bro.
Oh, that's some bitch ass shit. Everybody doing bitch ass shit. Go ahead, man. We out here, man. Fuck these niggas talking about, man. My killers is out. All the headers, man. Free my nigga Buddha. Free my nigga Buddha, man. You hear me? Real shit, man. Excuse me. I ain't gonna tell y'all who he is. Just know he back down. Fuck you, I already know. He back down. Fuck Town. Fuck them niggas, for what the fuck is y'all on though?
I ain't worried about them hoe ass niggas. They size niggas up though. Niggas gonna go God and end up rock. Fuck the
Oh, man.
They was walking around deep in the set, recording everything on camera, so they spotted Kyro and them shorties inside the McDonald's and instantly pushed up on them.
He said they going in McDonald's.
What happened? Glass, get him outside, then I'm gonna pop. You got that on you? Yeah, glass, get him outside, then I'm gonna pop.
Kyro was only 17. The KTS dudes was way older. Dre was already 22, and they was already known in the streets. They stepped right into Kyro's face, cameras rolling, trying to punk him and forcing him to say fuck his dead homie Rock. But Kyro stood his ground. He didn't fold. He just stood there and smiled right in their faces, refusing to disrespect his brother. Dre snuffed him right on camera, but Kyro never broke. That McDonald's tape went viral, and the Opps thought they made Kyro look like a punk.
Y'all ain't gotta go nowhere. We finna get some McDonald's for we ain't on that with y'all. Y'all good? These no limbs, man. These are no limbs. Damn, why you back there? He don't work here. Where you going? He don't work here. He don't work there. We ain't no shit with y'all, but y'all good, shorty. Shorty, y'all good. We finna get some McDonald's.
Say fuck rock, man.
Right now.
Say fuck rock, shorty.
Say fuck rock.
What? Say it. Hey. Ain't no unzipping the gun, shorty.
Say fuck rock.
Shorty. Go fucking phrase. We done. Let it slide, man. Come on, man.
I wanted some Mickey D's, bro.
Do what y'all don't do, man. Let's go.
Hey, man, cut those. KTS, man. Cut those KTS.
We KTS.
What KTS didn't realize was that they underestimated the shorties. Minutes later, the energy changed real fast. No Limit stepped outside that McDonald's and came right back blowing. It was a straight bang out. Kyro and them started blasting, sending the KTS members running. Posto ended up getting shot in the arm while they was fleeing. Look at how the story ended. Kyro took that situation, flipped it, and turned the Joker all the way up. Today, every single KTS member in that video is dead, and Kyro is the one still standing, getting the last laugh. He came out the ultimate winner.
We out here, man. One nigga's reckless, man. Hey, it ain't shit. Shout out to the cutthroats, man. They going crazy. Alright, be cool, don't slow down.
Be cool. We gotta make it back.
Down. We gotta be. We gotta get back to the hood, man. Yes, we got tough.
August 10th, 2013. It's 4 a.m. in the morning. The trenches are usually quiet at that hour, but right on the block, the guys was just chilling. Kyro, G Herbo, Kobe, and a few of the NLMB members was all grouped up under the streetlights, laughing and shooting dice, completely cool. The game finally wrapped up and the guys started breaking apart to head to the crib. The homies told Kobe to hop in the car, but he chose to walk it out through Terrortown instead. He didn't even make it far. Walking right past that same notorious McDonald's on 79th, the mood changed instantly. An op whip silent slid up, caught Kobe completely lacking, and shots started tearing through the night. The word on the street is one of the hitters even hopped out, stood right over Kobe, and kept shooting while he was down. Back where the dice game was, Kyro and Herbo heard the block echoing. Kyro jumped straight up. That's Kobe. Dudes didn't even think twice. They grabbed their pipes, scrambled to the car, and went flying toward the McDonald's, ready to blow back. But the shooters was already gone, ghost in the night. They left Kobe right there on 79th under a white sheet. Kobe was a very beloved member, and losing him was a major loss for NLMB. G Herbo later talked about that exact moment on his track Sacrifice. It was like 4 a.m. on the morning of August 10th. We was on the block shooting dice. Yeah, that was when Kobe went. I ain't never know you walked off for those shots was lit. Kyro called your name out. He was on top of it. You already know how we rockin', bitch. Still on top of shit. Zip locking shit. 5th shot, he hit. If this rock, we diddy. I ain't trying to talk, we with it. Kyro wasn't just standing alone either. He was locked in with some of the biggest hitters in the city. On the low end, he had family ties deep in THF 46 and 44. Dudes like Gino, aka THF Trouble, Raheem, and Rome was his straight cousins. But on his own block, Kyro's right hand was Mad Max. Before the city called him C-Money, he was just Lil Chris. They became best friends the real way, clashing and fighting in school before becoming tight. Max was always on business. He wasn't just a stepper catching hats, he was a real go-getter. Back then, Kyro and the guys was completely broke, just sitting in the trap. Max would go out there by himself, hustle up the money, and come back to feed Kyro, split the cash, and make sure he was taken care of. When it was time to stand on business, Max didn't need a crowd. He'd go handle it completely alone. By 2014, Kyro was 19 and caught his first handcuffs. In April, he went down for a gambling charge, but Kyro bonded him out fast. A few months later, on the 4th of July, he got knocked again for another pipe case. But killers know killers. After getting out later that year, Kyro linked up with King Von. They clicked instantly and became real homies. Kyro even shared a memory about Von, talking about the time Von came to pick up Lil Scud from his crib. Kyro looked out the window, and Von was standing right outside the car, playing with his gun, pointing it straight at the window, yelling, "On BD, I got aim too." December 17, 2014. The streets was already hot, but they was about to get colder. Archie from FYB and Gyro City was chilling inside a white Audi Q7 with Kobe right on 79th and Clyde. Out of nowhere, shots rang out. Kobe managed to survive the hits, but Archie was caught completely lacking. He ended up face down on the concrete right next to the truck. When FYBJ Main got the call that night, it messed him up. He instantly loaded up a .40 with a beam and went sliding down 79th looking for blood, while dropping heavy disses online. The word on the street was that NLMB did that work. Specifically, the rumors heavily alleged that Kyro and Little Pat, aka Project Pat, stood on that business, potentially marking the first time Kyro allegedly caught a hat. But these are just street rumors. Nothing was ever confirmed. Moving into 2015, 12 was already deep into Kyro's background, just waiting for a reason to lock him up. On March 25th, 2015, they got exactly what they wanted. Manny from 600 hopped on IG and Twitter talking crazy and saying he and Kyro was gonna beat up the judge. Manny actually tagged Kyro right in the post. Kyro, thinking it was funny, replied to the tweet laughing and agreeing with him. What they didn't know was that the investigators was already lurking on their social media pages, building a case. They picked up both Manny and Kyro for threatening a public official. Kyro wasn't happy about how it went down, joking later that Manny basically snitched on him just by tagging him in the tweet. That situation kicked off a long stretch in the county that would keep Kyro locked down all the way until 2017. Kyro was already 4 months deep into that jail stretch when the walls really started closing in on him. June 23rd, 2015. At 2:05 p.m. on the 75th and Ellis, KTS Von's clock finally ran out. Word is Von was geeked up when an op whip silence slid up in a broad daylight drive-by. Shots tore through the afternoon air, hitting the 21-year-old multiple times. Devin Davis was pronounced dead right there on the pavement. Cairo was still sitting in the county when the news hit, but the streets heavily alleged this was NLMB work, specifically tied to his right hand, Mad Max, aka C-Money. The internet instantly caught fire. KTS Von's Instagram handle had always been Big Cutthroat to Smoker, and right after the hit, Mad Max flipped his own IG bio to Big No Limit to Smoker. Minutes later, NLMB Chopper hopped online posting, "Check the news, somebody went to sleep for Kobe. July 11th, 2015. The Opps was putting crazy pressure on the set. Capo, NLMB standout and GBE legend, was posted up on the block when a car silent slid up and let it spray. The word on the streets is MTGO79 allegedly did that work. Cap was only 22 when he passed away. To make it even more wicked, 20 minutes later, the shooters crashed their whip into a stroller, killing a 1-year-old baby boy. Inside the cell, Kyro called his mama, completely broken. It felt fake as hell. Capo was the one dude everybody had high hopes for. The CEOs downstairs even knew how deep it hit. They walked up to Kyro's cell just to check on him, letting him stay out on the tier for extra hours just to breathe. But sitting in that cage, knowing you can't even go to the funeral, that shit hit different. Then came 2016. Cairo was still in the county, locked down on that same heavy stretch, when another close homie died. This time it was Lil Gage. He wasn't even 16 yet, but he was already a heavy respected factor on the block. Gage and another shorty caught a target lacking, opened the car door and yelled, "This is a robbery." Gage put the pipe right to the dude's neck, digging in his pockets, but the driver pulled his own iron and stood on business. Gage was hit multiple times, passing away right there. The state called it self-defense, and Gage's homie took the robbery rap. Just like that, Gage Way was born. July 7, 2017. Shooter shells from Black Mob pushed up on the set and caught a main face off guard, catching Lil Pat, aka Project Pat, sitting in his whip and letting it spray. Project was hit 15 times. Shots tore through metal and bone, shredding his leg so bad the doctors had to take it. But Project didn't die. G Herbo hopped on a track to stamp it rapping. Project still 10 toes, bitch, and only got one leg. Bibby was in his feelings too, hopping on a track later to talk about that hospital room. I saw Project on that bed. My little cuz lost his leg. I was chilling when I got that call. My cuz was out that bed. After all them tears I shed, got a gangsta out here praying. Some old niggas about to die behind this shit, and I ain't playing. NLMB wasn't about to sit in the field as target practice. They wanted blood, and they didn't wait for the get back. Just 3 days later, July 10th, 2017, Shooter Shells walked out of his house, stepping toward his black Chevy Impala to catch a friend's court date. What he didn't know was that a hit squad, allegedly Mad Max, Mineski, Mally, and another face, had been camped outside his crib for 2 straight hours, just waiting for the door to open. When Shells stepped off the porch, Max, Mally, and a shooter with dreads hopped out with switches barking. Over 40 shell casings painted the pavement. They didn't just hit him, they stood directly over him, taking turns drilling shots straight into his head until half his face was gone. Lil Bibby hopped right back on the mic to put the ultimate period on Shells' legacy. Back and forth sneak dissing, I won't do it cause that's not me. The last nigga dissed the gang, his brains was all sloppy. September 20th, 18, the block caught its biggest loss. Mad Max, NLMB's main shooter, the guy who first gave Cairo the confidence to slide on the Opps, died from his injuries. Max spent a whole month fighting for his life in a hospital bed after getting shot up, but his time ran out. The Lakeside shooter who did it, Terrell Webb, aka KTS Hellrail, got caught by police 5 minutes away from the crime scene, but 12 claimed they didn't have enough evidence for a real conviction. They dropped the first-degree murder charge down to manslaughter. After doing a short 2.5-year sentence, Hellrail walked right back onto the streets. Cairo lost his closest homie, and the killer was already back home breathing free air. With Max gone, the neighborhood turned straight to revenge. Between late 2018 and 2019, a new group of shorties and shooters came together under NoLimit, DrenchGang. While Max getting taken out was the spark, it was the tragic death of Lil Greg that played the major role in locking this crew in. His passing turned up the heat on the block to a whole different level. This was a strict get-back crew. You couldn't just say you were DrenchGang just because you hung out on the block. You had to actually handle business and put in work to claim it. Kyro and Lil Wet, aka Wet 'em Up, was the main factors, holding it down with the set's top shooters, Big Op, Mally, Merch Moolah, Lil Ro, aka Baby Drench, Muwop, Lil Los, Lil Hot, Velo, Varo, and Maneski and others. By 2020, DrenchGang was already putting in heavy work. They caught a main face from Pocket Town and KTS named KTS Rio. Rio rep both Lakeside and Pocket Town, and he was the little brother of Lil Les. He was super close with KTS Von and KTS Dre. Because he had survived the streets for so long, Rio felt completely safe. He was sitting in a car with 2 other people, just chilling at a gas station on 7050 South Damon. He had no idea DrenchGang was already on his trail. Shooters rolled up on the car and let it spray, slumping Rio right there in the seat. Street word is that Cairo was there, but the main ones handling the business were Lil Los and Faro, Big Op. This play was pure revenge for Faro. 9 years before, back in 2011, KTS Rio was the one who allegedly took out Faro's dad, an older member named Boss Blizz. Faro grew up, joined DrenchGang, and waited nearly 10 years to get his get back. Lil Wet later confirmed the whole situation on the track, rapping, "Rio got Blizz caught in the mix, Von and Dre got left in a ditch. DrenchGang proved they don't care how many years go by. Big Op Faro got his get back for his pops, and they officially scored on the Opps again." February 2021. Cairo and KTS Dre went at it heavy on Instagram Live. Dre was talking crazy, dissing No Limit's name. Cairo just sat there, taking it all in, keeping a straight face.
What up, Lil G?
What's up, little girl?
I see that they just sent me that page. But you wanna do sneak this on me?
Who sneaked this?
That you in that video goofy.
Man, I don't even think about niggas. You just said on the
I'm
live.
talking about that chick,
Bro,
that
it don't matter
that
what
free band cash
look,
shit, man.
It don't matter what I say.
Why you always gotta talk over a motherfucker?
Listen.
You know we used to talk on the phone all the time.
I know, but look, you just said on live.
That's cause the fans on here for you ain't gotta do all that extra shit.
Go ahead.
Let's talk like
Go
regular
ahead,
niggas.
man.
Let's talk like regular niggas, folks.
Go
do
ahead.
look, I'm only staying over here for like 3 minutes. Then
Man,
after
I don't
this,
give a fuck what you
listen,
doing, man. What
listen,
you want, man?
listen. Then I'm gonna call you another day, and we gonna talk for like 2 hours and state real facts after this shit.
Man, how the fuck you don't even know if I want to talk to you, nigga? Like, what's up?
I'm trying to see why you lying on me though.
All right, tell me a lie. First, tell me this. How you sit?
Hold on.
Niggas never want me to speak that shit. Don't do that.
Alright, hold on, listen. They just said, you just said that that's the only shit I'm known for. I want you to stamp it on one of your homies. I ain't trying to be disrespectful, none of that shit.
Man,
I want you to stamp it on one of your homies that you ain't never heard no. I want you to stamp it on. Listen.
I'm gonna put this on my homies on Cutthroat Gang, on the whole gang, every last one of them. I don't know none gangster shit, no gangster shit about you.
Why you just lie like that?
I personally don't know no gangster shit.
So you ain't, alright, if you ain't never.
Alright, so look, check this out.
You ain't never heard no gangster shit about me and nothing at all.
No, don't do that. Stop cutting me off. You just said on live.
I wanna hear. Cause you just lied.
You just said on live and told a nigga, let a nigga tell you ready to expose Goofy Dude, man, how he be running and doing this, how he be running for y'all, how y'all used to chase him. When y'all ever chased me? Whoever chased me? Whoever chased me, bro? You from over east? Fuck the internet. The whole east side gonna hit it. Whoever chased me, nigga, on 79. What did niggas run from me? What did niggas run from me?
You did get chased.
Who chased me?
You chased shit before and you got your ass chased too.
I chased unlimited shit.
But listen though, you got your ass chased too and you ran a lot of times.
Now who?
Stop. for you not Superman, for on what you never ran, on what you never ran from us, period. Stamp that, put that on your brother, anything you never ran from us, in no situations you never ran from nobody from No Limit, folks.
I don't know. Hey, look, this what I can.
Who you run? I said, put it on your brother that you never ran for no nigga, No Limit.
Stop saying my brother. Stop saying my brother. You don't get to say you.
I'm just saying. Well, I'm not.
But look, this what I'm saying. This what I'm saying.
Why you still ain't stamping yet? Why you still ain't?
You put it on Rock. I ever ran from you.
Put it on anybody that you never ran from us.
Put it on one of your homies I ever ran from you.
You ain't had to run from me.
Okay, put it on your homies I ever ran from the other nigga who got on live and said I be running from y'all all the time.
Why you going around this shit? Why you going around this shit?
Let's keep it real. I'm known for running. That's what I'm known for.
I'm just saying, why you saying you never ran from none of us, period?
Hey, look, I don't know who I ran from. You know, there's been times I'd have been on 79 for little weird shit that happened. I probably did have to run, but not from an individual, not from you.
It don't matter. You ran a lot of times. That's why I'm telling you.
A lot of times when?
You ran a lot of times.
From who? I just said, have I ever ran from you? Have you ran from me before?
Hell no.
On what?
I never ran from you.
Merch, put that shit on.
I only seen you one time.
Never ran from me.
I only seen you one time in person. And that was that day, and I ain't even run that day.
Hey, you hear me? You lucky we on live. You ain't never ran from me.
Listen.
Hey, y'all ain't all ran from me at once. Hey, look. You ain't never ran from me a lot of times in your life. Like, y'all ain't never had to run a lot of times because of me. Like, all the time. Like, unlimited times. Like, come on,
right, listen. I'm finna ask you this question.
I ain't make niggas run.
No, listen.
Everybody run. Bro, like, who
hold on. Look. I'm finna ask you one more time, bro. I'm finna ask you one more time.
Fuck is you talking
so
about?
You never
block. I ain't make niggas run on since we gonna speak facts over East.
I'm finna ask you one more time. Folks. Can you stop talking over me, man?
Oh, what up?
So you never heard my name and no gangster shit with your homies? Any of your homies? I want you to put it on any nigga.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Listen to me. No, folks. If you did anything, you got away with it, folks. We do not be thinking that, but we think you.
On what?
Look, listen. We think you.
I'm finna get off. I'm finna get off. You just lied. You just stunning. You just told Flock when Flock just was on your live. You just said if Flock just told you he get down, you just said, oh yeah, that's Lil Bro though.
No, I didn't. I said, but I also said he not on shit.
On what you just said that?
I told Flock that boy go watch that shit, boy. I said you wasn't on shit, boy. You tweak. He said you get down.
I'm gone, bro.
5-minute conversations. I told him you not get down. Flock was like, man,
But the streets knew you don't disrespect the set like that. The steppers in DrenchGang were already planning. They were patient, just waiting for the right chance. That chance came 4 months later on July 10th, 2021. Dre was sitting inside Cook County Jail. The second his fiancée posted his bail, No Limit already knew. They were camped outside, waiting for him to walk out. Dre was 31 years old, walking out of the jail trying to get into a car. He never made it inside.
Police say a man who was apparently ambushed after being released from Cook County Jail in Chicago was shot about 64 times. 31-year-old rapper Londre Sylvester, who also goes by the name KTS Dre, died. A police report says he had just been released after being fitted for electronic monitoring and was walking to a waiting vehicle when several people got out of two vehicles and started shooting.
A hit squad rolled up right at the jail gates. Word on the street is Cairo was the driver, while Lil Wet hopped out with a switch, and Pharaoh came right behind him with a Draco. They didn't just shoot him, they stood directly over Dre, dumping shots until he was completely riddled. Cops found over 64 shell casings on the ground. It was so brutal, the medical examiner counted dozens of bullet wounds across his body. To make it worse, Dre's 60-year-old mom was walking right next to him and got shot too. She survived, but she had to watch her own son get killed right in front of her. It stands as one of the craziest hits in Chicago history. The get back for the McDonald situation was officially done. As soon as it happened, Cairo didn't lay low. He went straight to Instagram to troll. He posted a picture showing off a fake KTS tattoo, tagging Dre and his dead brother KTS Vaughn, writing, "I love y'all so much forever in my heart, got this shit tatted." To put the final stamp on the hit, NLMB Juvie went straight to the studio, dropping a track that described the whole county jail shooting in brutal detail. DrenchGang proved nobody was untouchable. Doing that right outside the county jail is crazy. Kyro wasn't done trolling. He kept the internet talk at an all-time high, constantly mocking KTS Dre and that whole McDonald situation. In 2022, Kyro did something nobody expected. He walked right back into a McDonald's for the first time since KTS Dre put hands on him. He didn't pull up trying to look tough. Instead, he filmed himself eating a meal, looking straight into the camera, acting dead serious. He told the internet he had straight PTSD from getting bullied in that store, joking that the food was giving him flashbacks and making him depressed.
It'll face my fears, man. First time going back to McDonald's. Ever since the incident and shit. Look at your scat.
Oh, bro, we back in this bitch,
You probably in here, man.
Ain't nobody in here with us, nigga.
In a while. Try it though, you might like it.
Nugget sandwich? They put them back on the menu? They done had these since 2012, man. I thought they didn't have them.
I knew it was a classic, so I asked the lady in the back to make it for you right there. Yo, it's alright, bro. You gonna get food? You gotta eat. It's just a sandwich, bro. It was cool, bro. Talk about it. Just a sandwich, man. Are you crying? Come on, bro. You don't want nobody to find out you crying on the sandwich right now. Seriously? It's alright. It's alright, bro. You gotta get over it.
The net went crazy. It was pure comedy, but the streets knew exactly what he was doing. By turning his biggest public loss into a joke, Kyro made the whole city laugh at the main video Lakeside used to brag about. With DrenchGang backing him up, he proved he could talk his talk online, and nobody could stop him. In 2024, Kyro caught a heavy switch and striker case and got booked by the feds. August 19th, 2024. Kyro was in the driver's seat of a stolen Jaguar truck, a straight striker, posted up near 14th and State Street around midnight. The big Democratic convention was in town that exact week, so the whole area was crawling with heavy security in 12. Kyro drew all that heat to himself just by parking in a no parking zone. 12 spotted the striker and boxed him in from the front. Kyro tried to force his way out, hitting the gas and smashing straight into the squad car's bumper. The truck was trapped, so Kyro left it in gear, jumped out, and broke into a full sprint down State Street. His passenger hopped out too and vanished into the dark. Kyro ran straight into oncoming traffic, making cars slam on their brakes as 12 chased him on foot. They tackled him and took him down. When the feds searched him and the striker, they saw DrenchGang was rolling like a small army. Kyro was personally carrying 2 pipes, a 9mm Glock 19 with a switch, and a 40 caliber Glock 23 with the serial number scratched clean off. Inside the car, they found 2 more pipes, another Glock with a switch, and a Smith & Wesson 9mm, along with extended mags, a stolen Minnesota plate, shiesties, and used latex gloves. As a convicted felon caught red-handed with a striker and multiple switches, he was cooked from the jump. Kyro pled guilty in federal court for being a felon with a firearm. The charge carries a maximum of 15 years in federal prison. His lawyer tried to get the whole case dropped, but the federal prosecutor shut it down completely, telling the judge Kyro was too dangerous for the streets. But because the charge has no mandatory minimum and he took a plea, Kyro is looking to beat that maximum time. Even while sitting behind federal bars, Kyro sent word back to the trenches, telling his fans and the set that he'll be back soon on the block. Man, free Kyro. Dude is hilarious without even trying. When he finally touches back down, he needs to take this content creation serious and stay out of the way of trouble. You locked in with HoodEdition. We out.